depression came heavy. For me to get this STD and think that a man's gonna want me, this is suicide to me.
Right.
My life is completely over.
Right.
We're number one for getting it. That means we're being ignored.
Hello and welcome. You are watching Beyond Ordinary with your host, Maya Stella Collins. I have Miss Belize here on today, and she has a story that she wants to share. She has already traveled several different places and impacted our community in such a dynamic way. I know it's going to bless you on today. So welcome, Miss Belize. Thanks for being on the show today.
I'm so honored to be here with
you.
you.
Thanks for coming. One of my biggest questions when I saw all the phenomenal different things that you were doing was, tell me a little bit about your story. Like, what brought you here today, and what do you feel that you can give to our audience?
The biggest thing is, my story, number one, I've been living with herpes for 10 years. This is nothing we talk about, especially within our community. Mm-hmm. It's just underlining. It's like, oh, you go through it, but don't tell nobody.
Right.
So I've been living with it for 10 years. I found out when I was going to Auburn University, number one, I ain't never been to a white school in my life, so that was just a culture shock in itself. Right. So I went, jump right in. As you can see, I'm a little bubbly, so I was able to jump in, get involved. Met a guy, hit it off. We ended up having sex. Okay, cool beans. We did what we did. We used protection, doing what we were told. And literally the next day, I had an outbreak of heck. Like literally, it was the worst outbreak ever.
Right.
First thing you thinking, what did he give me? He could at least told me.
Right.
You could at least let me know. So then I was aware. Ended up getting tested. He got tested. He did not have it. Wow. So now I got to backtrack. I was like, oh man, now I got a lifestyle. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I had a lifestyle.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh yeah, I was pretty good. No. I was promiscuous. I'm gonna just call it for what it is. Okay. So I had to backtrack, and as I backtracked, nobody had it. So I was like, this ain't just pop out the sky.
Right.
And then I had to go all the way back to a situation where I had sex with somebody that I knew who was like, we were like this. I said, he would never
do that.
He would never. And sadly say, it's always the people that you trust. So that happened, and it didn't break me. I was just like, really?
Right.
You though? Out of all people, I wish it with him. Then I knew better. I'm like, well, I just met him, so I get it. But that happened, and from that point on, I just felt like my life was over. I was only 20. I'm 20 years old in school. I'm thinking like, okay, now I got my whole life to live.
Right.
I'm gonna have a little fun, but I have my whole life to live, and I didn't think I was gonna get married. I didn't think I'd have kids. I was able to get married. I was able to get divorced. I was able to get a master's. I was able to get a bachelor's. I was able to have 2 kids. So I was like, oh, herpes can't keep me.
Right.
But
when you first found out, when you said that you thought your life was over, what did you feel? Like
devastated. Literally. Psychological distress is no joke. Like, no joke. Depression came heavy. And I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I dealt with depression. But at that point, my depression didn't look like everybody else's. I slept. I was in the bed, balled up, and just didn't want to move. I wasn't eating. I knew I had to go to class, so you scurry on, like, I gotta pay for the school, so I'm gonna go. But I wasn't functioning. I wasn't at my complete or my full potential.
You was there, but not mentally.
I wasn't there at all. I was gone.
Physically there, but mentally gone.
Yeah, mentally gone. I was like, I can't do this. And suicide came across my mind, but I was like, I'm scared. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lie. So I'm too scary. I don't even like pain. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But mentally, I just felt like I committed suicide. I said, for me to get this STD and think that a man's going to want me, this is suicide to me. My life is completely over.
Right. So who helped you? What was your saving grace during that particular time?
My friends. Like, I can say I have the best support system. At that time, I called my friend. She had just found she had HIV literally the year before. So I went to who I knew. I was like, she can go, I can go. If she went, I'm going. So, and she's a nurse, so I called her and she said, you're going to be all right. Just know you're going to be all right. After that, I ran to Jesus. I didn't know what else to do.
Straight up, just pray.
I said, I went there, but I also knew that's not all of it. But
that's a piece of it.
That's a piece of it. I ain't gonna leave that out because that was my foundation. But I also used my support system. So all my friends were there. They made me not feel nasty. They made me feel disgusting. Like, you're fine. Let's go out. Let's have a good time. Make sure you get them grades right. Make sure you do what you need to do. So they kept me in a mind frame of don't forget who you are. And that helped me because
to stay the test. So quick question for you. When you said that you found out through having an outbreak, how did you even know you was having an outbreak?
Girl.
And what is an outbreak?
Woo! Girl, don't tell me. It's painful. Now, this is the thing. That's not the same for everybody. So I'm going to share my situation. It was like open source. For example, you know, people with cold sores, as you know, cold sores is another form. We see it on people's lip. That was in my gentle area. It's painful. As women, we know a little move is too much. So it was painful. It was itching. I felt like it was just blistering. Going to the bathroom burned. And I was like, as our moms used to tell us, if you feel something, look.
Right.
Had a mirror, come on, mama, sit one with me.
Look, sit one with you. Make sure you check it care of. You just didn't think you had to use it in that way.
No, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna put it right on my face.
Right.
But I looked and I knew what it was instantly. And many of us think, I don't know anything. You get that drop in your spirit of, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You know what it is, and you know the name to it. You're like, I don't know nothing about it, but I know exactly what it is.
Right.
So I knew what it was, but then when I talked to my friend, she was like, let me flip my books. We just talked about this. She knew what it was, but she said, I'm gonna make you feel some type of way. I'm gonna flip some books.
Oh, no.
You know, but that's my friend. She loved me.
Right.
And she wanted to kind of like slowly kind of give me the information. But she was like, yeah, that's what it is. And when I went to the doctor, she was like, yes,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Wow.
So
since then, I know that you've been on a big old journey. Like I can't even explain. When I'm looking, and I was watching, and I was talking and dialoguing with my team, and I said, gosh, like you are doing some amazing things to bring awareness. So tell us about those things that you are bringing into the eyes of individuals and educating them, and why. Like, do you just feel like you just have a dying need? It
is a dying need.
Okay.
Honestly, it helped me. I feel like that really put me in a space. I've always been a person who liked to talk to people and help people. I always felt like I was a therapist or a counselor at heart. That was just one of my gifts. So my biggest thing was, I was like, I gotta get somewhere to get some information. At that time, Google didn't exist. YouTube didn't exist. We only had Yahoo, and Yahoo then back in the day. So I was like, where am I going to go? The only thing go to a support group. So I went to the support group, and I was able to talk to so many people. It was like 10,000 people from across the globe. So it didn't just have me looking for me, but I also got to
looking at everybody else.
Yeah, but then I looked like, I don't see me though. I'm not able to relate. And if I did, she had HIV too. I said, whoa, I'm not, we can't relate. We just look alike, but I still can't relate to another piece that she's dealing with.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is cool, but we're not talking.
Right.
And I said, we're not talking, but they're saying that we're number one for getting it. That means we're being ignored, and that's a bad thing. That means we're going under the radar, and that means we're suffering in silence. And I said, that's not going to happen. I said, look, let me get me together. I'm not going to let this take me out for the sake of other people. So I just got to a place where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to support people, help people. I love doing it. Put myself out on social media, and I just went full-fledged.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've been seeing and hearing the feedback and the blessings
it's
from
like,
people.
You're God sent. I know.
Right, so I want to make sure that if you could just tell the audience if it was something that's on your spirit that you feel that the audience can relate to, if they are sitting there and they're saying, hey, I am suffering with the same thing in silence. Well, what are some things or encouraging words you can give them with coming forward and being open, even if it's not open publicly, but open with who they are and getting out of that place of shame and hurt? What advice could you give them?
The biggest thing I'll tell you, you're not alone. And I know you feel like you're by yourself, but look at me. Literally, you don't have to look like me to know that I understand. I'm 10 years in, and I'm telling you, you're not by yourself. Every thought, every feeling, I felt the exact same thing. But the only difference is the fact that you're not saying, you know what, this don't control my life. And right now you feel like that because you still have questions, you still have concerns, you have had bad experiences while you had this virus as well. So you're thinking like, with all that I have experienced, it's no way it's going to get better. And I promise you, I'm telling y'all, I've been through a lot, I've been single, married, all of it. You can live your life, but you just have to get the support.
So quick question, I know we have to take a break. Well, actually, we're going to take a break because I can sit and talk to you all day.
I know.
So we'll be right back. Just make sure you stay tuned to Beyond Ordinary with my fellow cousins. When you started dating, is it like HIV? Do you have to tell your partner that you have herpes? Or what if, they may have it and don't even know? So how does that work?
You should tell, but medical professionals are saying you don't have to.
And why is that?
Because they say it's no big deal. That's the thing. Watch my episode on Beyond Ordinary with Meyer Speller Collins.
Stacy and Daryl are the perfect couple, with the perfect family and the perfect life. Or are they?
As the Lord professed unto me, he who findeth a wife, find a good thing. And I know I got a good thing in my wife.
If someone that you love hurt you, how far would you go to avenge your pain?
You made your own in this world, so why would you stay with him? Why don't you get you a little something on the side? What? Mm-hmm.
If you had an opportunity to pay someone back, would you?
Detective Claus, narcotics. I think you'll provide me with all the assistance that I need. It would seem as if Stacy's boyfriend is trying to expand his empire.
But his woman, she ruined everything. We should never brought her into this.
When your entire world has been built on lies, can you find your way back to the truth?
Don't run away from me. I want to know what that was all about today.
I don't want to talk about
Oh, you're gonna talk about it? Narcotics? Boyfriend? You have no idea how I can destroy you, do you?
And you have no idea what I'm capable of.
What secrets will be revealed behind the veil?
Beyond Your Ordinary, the Maya Spella Cullen Show, I'm so excited to announce because so many people struggle with issues every single day. And when I say issues feeling like you want to give up on life, there's no hope, that nobody loves you, that you have no purpose in life. But I'm here to bring back that hope. I'm here to bring light and shed light on various situations, from marriage to families, to the school system, down to the hospitals that you may lay. I am your girl, Maya Spella Cullens. Be connected, stay connected, and get the help that you need.
Are mental or behavioral health issues or addiction affecting you or someone you love? Are you or someone you love addicted to prescription medication? We can help. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., our innovative programs combine the best of outpatient care in an intimate, welcoming setting. Serving Marietta and the surrounding areas, we have the privilege of having a host of experienced mental health professionals who specialize in implementing personalized service to reach the community at large. We encourage strong community partnerships and collaborations with our services and various unique programs within our agency for the purpose of enhancing and embracing the individual for a better future. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., you will know that you are not fighting alone. To learn more about how we might be able to help you or someone you love, visit us online at www.changingphasesinc.com or call us today.
You can find me, Belize Spivey, on Facebook at STD Life Coach, Belize Spivey. You can find me on Instagram, Belize.Spivey, and you can also find me on YouTube at Belize Spivey.
Okay, thank you. So with that being said, guys, it's because you have, or find someone that can really, really go and
Hey, and welcome back. We still have Miss Belize here. I don't know, I'm lost for words because I'm delighted to have the opportunity to interview her on today. Because if you're not aware, herpes is one of the most leading contagious STDs there is. It's over 45 million people that are affected. And the truth of the matter that we haven't touched on, that we will speak on, is how it can lay dormant and you have no idea that you have it. So leading to that, one of my biggest questions for you, Miss Belize, when you started dating, is it like HIV? Do you have to tell your partner that you have herpes? Or what if, they may have it and don't even know? So how does that work?
You should tell, but medical professionals are saying you don't have to.
And why is that?
Because they say it's no big deal. That's the thing. And to me, I don't think that's right. Morally, that's not right. In the time that we're living in, where everybody is kind of on edge, this is not a time to mess with folks. Because people are like, kind of like, I don't have time, and they're trying to take you out. So I understand why doctors say that, because it's not a reportable. It can be managed with medication, or it can simply be managed based off lifestyle changes and things like that. So I understand their standpoint of it, but from a place of going into a relationship, and the first thing you're trying to do is build trust, and I can trust you, and I can believe that you're going to protect me. Coming through the gate like that, trust killed.
Right.
Off the rip. Number one, because you're going in a relationship, and most of the time you want to be intimate. That's another way to keep us together. And that could be affecting us if you do not tell me. So I say yes, you should tell, but sadly the same many medical professionals are telling me
they don't support it.
They don't tell you it's necessary.
Wow. That's good information to know. So I guess morally you should tell and you should speak about it. And I think what I'm gathering from it, if you don't know that you are affected or that you have herpes, I would suggest that you go get tested.
Absolutely.
I believe you can go at least twice a year, every 6 months. And if you're changing up sex partners more than that, probably go as often as you're changing up sex partners.
You need to go as often.
But the truth of the matter is, I want you to understand that this is a STD. It's not life-threatening. However, if you are affected by it by any means, make sure that you communicate. Make sure you take the next. What medication is out there for herpes?
Valtrex and the cyclovir. Those are the two main ones. A lot of people don't see in folks' house and you didn't know what it was.
Wow.
You have no clue.
Oh, Valtrex.
Valtrex and the cyclovir.
Okay.
The interesting part about it is many people don't know chickenpox is herpes and shingles is herpes. So many people will have that medication because they'll have those other infections. So they just are viruses. So sometimes it's not because they just dealing with that. It's because they're dealing with something else. But it's just good to know what people are taking. Simple as that. But those are the two medicines. Like I said, it's not required. Most doctors will tell you to take it only when you're having an outbreak. You can take it every day.
Oh, so it's not every day?
No, it's not necessary. I always tell people, if you're in a relationship, it's another way to protect your partner. I'm all down with doing your part. So if you're in a relationship, yes, go back to your doctor. Ask for them to give you medication for day to day, so that can help you protect your partner.
So quick question. If you are not having an outbreak and you have intercourse, can it still be transmitted, or only transmitted when you have an outbreak?
No, that's the part that kind of scares everybody about herpes. So now herpes is active outbreak where it's physical, and then it's shedding. Shedding is when the virus comes to the surface and you don't know it. For example, chickenpox. If I have chickenpox and you see it, what do your mama say? Girl, everybody got chickenpox, run. Right. Because at the end of the day, they know the virus was active and we didn't know it. Herpes works the exact same way.
Wow.
So we got to think it from a place of what we know of, and how our mamas was just like, okay, watch everybody, make sure everybody good, and things like that, because now it may be somebody, some the other kids may have it. And turn out, nobody ended up getting chickenpox either. It's just that it depends on the time frame of contact, because it is about skin to skin.
Okay. So if you could tell the audience the two different types of herpes there are, how would they know the difference, and why is it like, when you say two types, is it A and B, is it 1 to 2? Tell them what they look like. So they would know and have a better understanding.
Absolutely. So right now we have herpes simplex virus HSV type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is typically oral and type 2 is genital. Now, it's the same virus. That came about identifying in 1960 because they, just like diabetes type 1 to type 2, they want to let you know medically, they want to classify. And at that time when they were doing research, they realized, okay, type 1 oral, type 2 genital. Now, it doesn't make a difference. Most people are having oral sex and things of that nature. So now type 1 and type 2 can be oral or genital.
Or both, either or.
Or you can have both. Yeah, absolutely.
And what would you suggest when you said that you was going through depression and you wanted to give up on life? What would be some encouraging words or inspirational words you can give the audience if they're in a place where they feel like that?
Get some help. Like the biggest thing, I think this is the thing. And most
and what
people
is get some help? Cause you
I'm about to go. I know you're like, girl, let me.
Yeah, what's that? Get some help? Because sometimes like just pray about it and leave it
No.
So what's get some help?
It's deeper than that.
Okay.
Prayer should lead you to get more help.
Right.
That it should lead you in the right direction.
Right.
So the most important help is, number one, a support system. I think a lot of people don't realize that you need it. You absolutely need a support system. Now, if you have the correct support system, then they're going to send you to somebody like mine. It's okay, look, I can't help you. Like, this is a little bit deeper. You're dealing with psychological distress. You're dealing with depression. You're getting suicidal. I don't know what to do. I don't want you to take your life. Let's send you to a professional. Let me go with you. Let me give you some resources. And that's from that point. So number one, a support system where people you trust right out the bat. After that, then go and get some additional help by a professional. Yes.
And one thing that I want you to make sure that you remember, if you take nothing away but just this one piece of advice, make sure that you be true to who you are. Get tested, protect yourself, and be okay with who you are. Be authentic, love yourself even the more, and know that life is beyond what is being told by you. So this is not terminally, this is not a terminal disease, and even if it was, there's still life, because you're sitting here watching on today. So make sure that you stay connected to Beyond Ordinary, and the way to do that is by logging in to beyondordinary.tv.
Literally even more than half of my clients were in committed relationships. And I ain't talking about 6 months. I'm talking about a year on.
Right.
Married. These people who have been, you know this person, you don't build with this person, you know family, y'all have kids, things of that nature, and they end up finding in the relationship. And the first thing you think, I cheated. Most people think, oh, you was out there doing whatever you want to do. I have ladies who are virgins and have herpes.
For more updates on the show, for more episodes, and to find out more about me, please make sure you log in to beyondordinary.tv.
Are mental or behavioral health issues or addiction affecting you or someone you love? Are you or someone you love addicted to prescription medication? We can help. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., our innovative programs combine the best of outpatient care in an intimate, welcoming setting. Serving Marietta and the surrounding areas, we have the privilege of having a host of experienced mental health professionals who specialize in implementing personalized service to reach the community at large. We encourage strong community partnerships and collaborations with our services and various unique programs within our agency for the purpose of enhancing and embracing the individual for a better future. At Changing Phases Behavioral Support, Inc., you will know that you are not fighting alone. To learn more about how we might be able to help you or someone you love, visit us online at www.changingphasesinc.com or call us today.
Mental health means to me awareness, clarity, and understanding. From a place you are fully understanding where you're coming from, where you've been, and where you're going.
Hello and welcome. I am Maya Spella Cullins. I would like to give you a little information about why you should tune in to my show. We will be addressing issues from mental health to substance abuse issues every day that people struggle with. The truth of the matter is, we always put it into a box where it's taboo in many cultures. We look at mental health and substance abuse as one form or one fashion, but not realizing that we are individuals that look just like me that can struggle every day with an issue and not know that it's a problem. So I'm talking to the sisters and brothers out there that are struggling with depression, where you can't get up out of the bed, you feel like giving up and you have no hope. I'm talking to the marriage couples that's out there that's saying, I'm done because of infidelity, because of issues that he or she struggle with. I am the one that you need to tune into so that you can get help. I want to help you, and I want you to open up and allow me to be in your living room at that place and time so that you can do whatever is necessary to save your life and save others around you. Hope is still available. Beyond Your Ordinary. The Maya Spella Cullins Show coming soon. Hello and welcome back to Beyond Ordinary. I am your host, Maya Spella Cullins, and I still have the Miss Beautiful Belize here with me, and she is giving us some education on herpes and how it impacted her and the state of mind it took her, but now she has overcame it and she's doing some great things. So one of the things I have to ask you, what is the myths or stereotypes that is connected to having herpes?
That you're nasty.
Nasty.
Like literally, you're
Like
nasty, you're disgusting,
Wow.
you're promiscuous. That's pretty much, that is the stigma. Like the whole stigma is that you're nasty, disgusting, and you're promiscuous. And I'm gonna tell you, literally even more than half of my clients were in committed relationships. And I ain't talking about 6 months. I'm talking about a year on.
Right.
Married. These people who have been, you know this person, you don't been with this person, you know family, y'all have kids, things of that nature, and they end up finding in the relationship. And the first thing you think, I cheated. Most people think, oh, you was out there doing whatever you want to do. I have ladies who are virgins and have herpes.
And how is that possible? Please tell me.
Kissing.
Kissing.
Somebody kissing on them. You know, just because you're a virgin don't mean you ain't got no kissing life.
Right. And that leads me to the next fact. Like you can catch herpes through kissing, through anal, through
genital.
So
it's interesting because most people think just herpes is just oral or just genital. You can get it on your hands. You can get it in your eyes. You can get it in other parts of your body. Now, this is the thing that people. Wow. You look like your eyes got so big. But
this is new information for me.
Because it's not something, as we know, all the research that we see is based off what they research and what's very common. Right. But those things happen. It can happen on your hands. It can happen on your inner thighs. Some people, they had it down on their ankles. But if you touching stuff, it's skin to skin contact.
And you can catch it. And that is the reason why it's the most contagious STD that there is. So, I know you said you was just thinking life was over. Honestly speaking, obviously, everybody need to go get tested and go get checked because this, I'm not saying I kissed, but the truth of the matter is, just life in general when you're in relationships and stuff. Yeah. And I'm making it seem like, I know it seems like so cliche, and I'm laughing about it only because of the simple fact that it's not deadly. I'm not saying that it's okay to have it, but what I am saying it is okay to be okay with having it if you have it, and to go get tested, because I don't want anyone to be watching this and saying, gosh, I was in a place with you. I wanted to give up, contemplated suicide. Please don't. And even if it's not herpes and it's in any other disease, I just want you to know that no matter what you're going through and no matter what you're experiencing, and even if the doctor tells you it's okay and you don't have to tell another person, this is more so in this season that I want you to walk in with being okay with who you are. I want you to walk in a season that no matter what the doctors, what the diagnosis or what it is, as you can see, she's a prime example. She's walking in her calling. She's walking in her blessings, and she's doing it in a way that most people will probably shine from it and not even talk about it. So it's okay to love on you and be who you are. Make sure you stay connected and be blessed. And if you want more information, go to beyondordinary.tv. I am your host, Maya Spella Cullins, and we thank you for being on the show today. Be blessed.